Aaron Carter. I want to verify that this is actually my GoFundMe page. There's been a lot of misdirection that I've had to do in order to protect myself from being the silence breaker.
Only good thing about a start is they burn up. People say turn up, hoes say turn up.
Do you regret ever getting involved in...
I didn't have a choice. It got bad when I was about 15 years old.
Could Aaron Carter's mysterious death somehow link back to Diddy? Headlines like this have been buzzing ever since shocking reports suggested that federal investigators are digging deeper into Aaron's suspicious death and his past connection to Diddy.
There is a third arrest that is coming. There's 2 that's already down. There's a raid that's about to go on. And on top of that, it's somebody that has something to do with an affidavit that I have already released. I am telling you, we know that it's coming.
Now, word has it the feds are preparing to add new charges to Diddy's existing indictment. They're even re-examining the suspicious deaths of others connected to him, including teen idol Aaron Carter, who sadly passed away on November 5th, 2022, just a day after Diddy's birthday. For those who may not know, Aaron Carter was the ultimate heartthrob of the early 2000s, a pop star adored by millions, and the younger brother of Backstreet Boys' Nick Carter. Yet behind his fame was a story riddled with hardship. After his rise to stardom, Aaron struggled with mental health issues and substance addiction, reportedly tied to traumatic experiences he faced in his youth. Now photos have resurfaced showing a young Aaron in the company of Diddy, sparking speculation that Aaron could have been one of Diddy's youngest victims. But there's more to this unfolding story. In the months leading up to his tragic death, Aaron didn't stay silent. He openly hinted that he knew disturbing secrets about powerful people in the industry. Through cryptic social media posts, Aaron seemed to be calling out to the world and even reached out to Kanye West, hoping to have a private conversation. Just days before he was found unresponsive in a bathtub, Kanye made an astonishing claim that Aaron was taken out by Harley Pasternak, Kanye's former trainer, alleged to be a handler for the controversial MK Ultra program, a theory suggesting certain celebrities are controlled through intense manipulation. And how does Diddy fit into all this? Kanye himself alleged that Diddy once threatened him on behalf of powerful, unnamed figures, one of whom could potentially include Pasternak. Now reports say the feds are digging into Diddy's past and even looking into claims that he used poison as a method to silence people. And Aaron Carter, Kim Porter, and Jamie Foxx are the 3 famous names who are now at the center of this renewed investigation. Now, before diving into the mysterious details of Aaron Carter's case, let's explore Jamie Foxx's near-death experience with Diddy, a saga that has left fans and industry insiders questioning what goes on behind Hollywood's glitzy curtain. Jamie Foxx and P. Diddy shared a long-standing close friendship, often seen together at big events, award shows, and Diddy's notorious parties.
I went to Philly, followed him all the way to Philly. He threw a party, and he said, "Yo, Playboy, this party costs $1.5 million
To throw.
I'm like, "You are out of your mind."
But last year, Jamie started dropping cryptic hints about the darker side of Diddy's infamous gatherings, sparking intrigue and concern. Before any official lawsuits surfaced, Jamie shared subtle yet unsettling comments about certain incidents, even performing a skit where he joked about Diddy threatening him.
It really wasn't him. I can't blame him. It was actually Jennifer that was mad at me. But he was just trying to come to her, honor or whatever.
Puffs it, man. It's coming. I'm like, damn, this shit is crazy, man. Huh? So what I did was, I would show up to the party in my little town car. This town, I grabbed me a town car so I could skirt. Puff the SUVs and the Bentleys, the whole night. He get out. I get out too with a camera. The big Canon, like, yo, Puff, I should document this shit, right? Yo, what's up, Playboy? what you talking about? I said, no, I should get this, man. You, files for the whole nine. He says, yeah, let him through.
Then came Jamie's Netflix special, What Had Happened Was, where he continued to drop clues about what he had seen and experienced. At several live tapings for the special, eyewitnesses reported that Jamie openly mentioned Diddy's name, hinting at a serious fallout between them. But things took an even more shocking turn when Jamie suddenly fell into a coma. This incident led to speculation that Diddy could somehow be connected to Jamie's hospitalization. In fact, earlier this month, industry veteran Choke No Joke, who is a videographer, producer, and director, shared his firsthand experience of attending 2 of Jamie's shows in Atlanta. In an interview with Comedy Hype, Choke revealed that during the tapings, Jamie outright claimed Diddy was responsible for what happened to him, going so far as to say that he had reached out to the FBI regarding Diddy's actions. Choke, being a seasoned comedian, noted that Jamie's tone wasn't playful. It was serious. "I know when someone's building up a joke, and I know when they're being serious," Choke explained, suggesting that Jamie's words were anything but comedy.
I went to the first show, I went to the last show.
Okay.
Jamie Foxx states in this, spoiler alert, but Jamie Foxx states in the special that Diddy was responsible for what happened to him, and he is the one that called the FBI on him.
He also hinted that Jamie Foxx may have been genuinely scared of Diddy, which could explain why he reportedly reached out to the FBI. Choke No Joke noted that Jamie's long period out of the spotlight happened just before Diddy's arrest in September. He even hinted that Jamie's comeback and recent comedy special might be connected, as it seems to center on Diddy. According to Choke, the new special is strongly based around Diddy, raising questions about what Jamie might be ready to share.
I wouldn't say his get back, but for his protection, Jamie was scared, right? He disappeared, right? He out now as soon as Puff went to jail, right?
Another eyewitness, celebrity security guard Big Homie CC, took things further by claiming that during Jamie's shows, Jamie directly accused Diddy of poisoning him. According to Big Homie, Jamie even reported Diddy to the FBI over it. His statements gained traction after a recent interview with Cam Capone News, catching enough attention that Page 6 reached out to learn more.
What are some of the things that you heard behind the scenes that were going on before this indictment actually dropped?
Well, I know he poisoned Jamie Foxx, and Jamie Foxx reported him to the FBI because of it. I know that's a fact.
We're talking about when, what was it, a year or 2 ago or so, when Jamie Foxx got real sick and everybody said he had a stroke.
Yes.
We're talking about that, or talking about something different?
I'm talking about that.
Big Homie went further into his claims, explaining that he got his information firsthand by attending 2 of Jamie Foxx's Netflix show tapings with a client. According to him, the atmosphere during these tapings was intense, and it seemed like Jamie wasn't holding back on how he felt about Diddy. Big Homie's account aligns with other rumors that Jamie had been hinting at deeper issues with Diddy for some time. With 2 eyewitnesses now saying Jamie openly referenced Diddy in a serious context, there's a growing possibility that these rumors might hold some truth. Adding to the intrigue, Jaguar Wright, who's known for sharing insider knowledge about the entertainment world, also claimed that Diddy and other A-list celebrities may have access to certain substances that can cause pneumonia-like symptoms, potentially even leading to a coma. According to Wright, this substance could be used to create symptoms that look natural but are actually induced, raising concerns about just how far some celebrities might go to control those around them.
They have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms, and then right after that, Al had a meeting, and I was going to meet up with him because we were in Vegas, and then the next thing you know...
According to Jaguar Wright, Kim Porter, Diddy's ex-wife, may have met a tragic end for similar reasons. It's not entirely out of the question to consider these allegations, especially as Kim's passing came soon after she reportedly began working on a tell-all book about her tumultuous life with Diddy. In this manuscript, which tragically never reached the public, Kim allegedly detailed both emotional and physical mistreatment that left her on constant alert, painting a picture of a man consumed by jealousy and prone to brutal outbursts. One disturbing incident Kim reportedly recounted involved Diddy attacking her with a chair, an act of mistreatment that ended in a hospital visit. But this was just one episode. According to the memoir, Diddy's controlling behavior didn't stop at physical aggression. He allegedly monitored her every move, wiring her house, tapping her phone, and hiring people to report back on her actions. When Diddy pushed to gain full custody of their children, Kim allegedly threatened to expose him, suggesting that she'd had enough of his tactics. Kim's manuscript also hinted at the darker side of Diddy's world, alleging he coerced her into degrading situations and manipulated her into acts that left her emotionally shattered. In one of her most shocking claims, Kim reportedly suggested that Diddy had connections to the tragic deaths of Tupac Shakur and the Notorious B.I.G., driven by his desire to control their music legacy. Now, officially, Kim's death was attributed to pneumonia. However, the story quickly raised questions. The initial coroner's report suggested possible foul play, revealing the presence of certain toxins in her body that could be consistent with poisoning. Some poisons can indeed mimic symptoms of pneumonia or heart issues, complicating the official cause of death and sparking further suspicion. Reports have emerged that Kim's family held suspicions about her passing from the start. They have allegedly been in discussions with the FBI about pursuing a wrongful death lawsuit against Diddy. Authorities have even interviewed several family members and friends, asking them to remain silent about the investigation to avoid leaks. As if this wasn't disturbing enough, rumors hint at a cover-up. An anonymous source claimed that, contrary to the peaceful pneumonia explanation, there was blood found on Kim's pillows and a trail leading from her bedroom to the bathroom, painting a much darker picture. Even more alarming, her last 911 call at 2:43 a.m. allegedly went unanswered until around 11 a.m., when Kimora Simmons found her. Speculation deepened when fans connected Kim's death to her relationship with Shakir Stewart, another music executive she was linked to besides Diddy and Al B. Sure. After Diddy allegedly found out about their relationship, insiders claimed he lost control and confronted Shakir. Only weeks after that incident, Shakir was found dead from gunshot wounds, a death labeled a suicide, though friends and family have long disputed this ruling, suggesting foul play and a potentially violent altercation with Diddy. And these names are just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the dark connections tied to Diddy's name. Insiders allege that anyone who snitches on him faces one of two grim outcomes: imprisonment or ending up 6 feet under. This is where Aaron's story enters the scene. In the weeks before his passing, Aaron made desperate pleas online, seeking $100,000 to relocate somewhere he felt safe, claiming those around him were involved in a plot to keep him isolated. Then, just when it looked like Aaron was on a better path, the tragic news broke on November 5, 2022. He was found unresponsive in his home, declared dead on arrival. Though Aaron had long battled addiction and mental health issues, his sudden death raised questions. Initially, many assumed he might have relapsed, and authorities didn't immediately consider it suspicious. However, as strange details have since emerged, public curiosity over what really happened in his last hours has only intensified. According to the first police report, Aaron's housekeeper found him in the bathtub. However, authorities deferred on the cause of death until chemical tests could be completed. Typically, toxicology reports take a few weeks, but in Aaron's case, it took 5 months. In April 2023, the LA County Medical Examiner ruled his death accidental, citing drowning after he had taken medication and inhaled compressed gas. Many fans began to feel that something was off about the official story. They started digging up old videos Aaron had posted just days before his death. In these videos, he expressed feelings of fear and anxiety, saying he felt unsafe in his own home and was scared for his life. To add to the mystery, reports surfaced about Aaron's neighbors, Anthony and Amanda Cheval, who were both medically trained professionals. They had been monitoring a police scanner and heard Aaron's 911 call. Concerned for his safety, they rushed over to help. But things took a bizarre turn when they arrived. Amanda, a registered nurse, grabbed her defibrillator bag, ready to assist. But when they reached the door, the house sitter refused to let them in. In fact, Amanda later claimed that the woman locked the front door and ran away from it, raising serious red flags. What's even stranger is that when the police arrived just minutes later, the house sitter apparently tried to prevent them from entering the house as well. You have to admit that's pretty sketchy. If someone was in distress inside, why would the house sitter try to keep the police out? What if there was a chance to save Aaron? This unsettling situation only deepened the mystery surrounding his final moments. Moreover, another theory emerged involving Aaron's ex-fiancée, Melanie Martin. About a year before his death, Aaron had broken off their engagement, believing that Melanie was conspiring with his family to place him under conservatorship. Reports suggest that she was in communication with his family about placing him under a conservatorship, the same kind that Britney Spears famously fought to escape. Understandably, this infuriated Aaron, leading to their breakup. The situation escalated further when Melanie was arrested for mistreating Aaron, which only added to the tension between them. In a YouTube video, Aaron candidly shared the extent of the mistreatment he endured. He described how Melanie had attacked him, saying,
"My realtor won't sell my house. They're all involved in this. and then try to keep me there.
Just when it seemed like Aaron Carter was getting his life back on track, news broke on November 5th, 2022 that he was found unresponsive in his home and declared DOA. Now, we know Aaron struggled with addiction and mental health issues for most of his adult life, but there were still a lot of unanswered questions about what really happened in his final moments. So at first, most people just assumed Aaron had relapsed and either OD'd or possibly taken his own life. The police also initially didn't consider his death suspicious. However, a ton of strange and disturbing details have come to light about Aaron's last hours over the past 2 years. The first police report claimed that a housekeeper found Aaron's body in his bathtub. However, the cause of death wasn't publicized right away. This article, published by the LA Times 2 days after Aaron's death, says that the LA County's coroner's office performed an autopsy on Aaron, but officials deferred declaring a cause of death pending chemical tests. Now, it usually takes a few weeks for the toxology report to be finalized. However, it wasn't until April 2023, 5 whole months after Aaron's death, that they finally shared the results with the public. That's when the LA County Medical Examiner coroner ruled that Aaron's death was accidental, citing drowning after taking and inhaling compressed gas. So when news first came out about Aaron's cause of death, most fans already assumed it was linked to substance use. Because for years, the headlines focused on his battles with addiction, and Aaron was always pretty open about it. On top of that, Aaron also dealt with ED and body shaming issues, and just a few years before he passed, he had to seek treatment for those struggles.
I get Voluma fillers, okay, to fill up my face.
So because of all of Aaron's mental health struggles, some people also speculated that he might have taken his own life, especially since his relationship with his family was strained and he had almost no real support system around him. But then things started to take a weird turn, and a lot of people online started saying something seemed off about the official story. Fans started digging up old videos Aaron had posted in the days before his death, and in many of these videos, he talked about feeling unsafe in his home and being scared for his life.
9 days ago, Aaron Carter had this to say.
I'm afraid for my life. Anybody else have neighbors from hell, or am I the only one too? They don't deserve an explanation, sweetheart. None of them do. No, they don't, and that's why I'm just moving. My property is completely secluded. These neighbors have been the scariest, worst people. I was threatened by them, by a gang.
Now, to give you some more clues, it was reported that Aaron's neighbors, Anthony and Amanda Chavall, who were both medically trained, tried to help him after hearing a 911 call over a police scanner. But here's where things get strange. Aaron's house sitter refused to let them inside the house. According to the Daily Mail, Amanda, who's a registered nurse, grabbed her defibrillator bag and was ready to assist. But when they got to the door, the house sitter told them she couldn't let them in. Amanda later mentioned that the woman actually locked the front door and she could hear her running away from it. What makes this even weirder is that the house sitter apparently also tried to stop the police from getting inside when they showed up just minutes later. And you gotta admit, that's sketchy, because even if she didn't recognize the neighbors, why would she try to keep the police out? What if there was still a chance to save Aaron? But that's not all. There was another theory that involved Aaron's ex-fiancée, Melanie Martin. See, about a year before Aaron passed, it was reported that Aaron broke up with Melanie because he found out she was conspiring with his family to put him under conservatorship.
But apparently she was in communication with his family to put him under a conservatorship. Or at least that's what he thinks she's doing. Yes, the same type of conservatorship that Britney Spears fought years to get out of. So of course, Aaron Carter is very upset at Melanie Martin. They split up.
Melanie was also previously arrested for putting her hands on Aaron, and Aaron later revealed in a YouTube video exactly what Melanie had done to him.
My ex-girlfriend is now in jail for she ripped my trachea out. She ripped my arms open. She ripped my back open, and she punched me where I got my tooth pulling out of my mouth. So, and then hurt my trachea so bad that I can't speak.
This revelation painted a troubling picture of their relationship and showcased the physical and emotional pain Aaron was going through. As things became increasingly chaotic, Aaron took significant steps to protect himself. He filed for a restraining order against Melanie and sought custody of their son, signaling a desperate need for safety and control in his life. However, the timeline surrounding their relationship remains unclear. Some sources suggest that they might have reconciled just before his untimely death, which adds to the complexity of their story. What's particularly unsettling is how Melanie acted immediately after Aaron's death. Just days after the tragic news broke, she appeared at his house with 2 moving trucks while the police investigation was still active. Fans found it bizarre that she was allowed to move her belongings during such a sensitive time. Also, why did she need 2 truckloads of belongings when she didn't even live there full time? It raised eyebrows among fans, particularly as she appeared at the property immediately following Aaron's death with the sheriff's department present. Many began to speculate that Melanie could be one of those paid Hollywood handlers, a notion fueled by the strange circumstances surrounding Aaron's passing. But the eerie coincidences don't stop there. Some sources have suggested that powerful Hollywood elites who have allegedly protected figures like Diddy for years might have been involved in Aaron's untimely demise. Just before he died, Aaron appeared to be on the verge of exposing some deep-seated issues within the entertainment industry. His final tweet on November 4th, a day before he was found unresponsive, was directed at Kanye West. "Yo Kanye, let's talk man to man." This reference comes during a time when Kanye was facing immense backlash for speaking out against the powers controlling Hollywood, losing nearly all his business deals and a significant portion of his wealth. Days before Aaron's outreach to Kanye, the rapper had made headlines for revealing alarming messages from his personal trainer, Harley Pasternak, who threatened to institutionalize him. Harley's ultimatum was chilling. He warned Kanye that if he didn't comply, he would be sent to an institution where he would be heavily medicated, reducing him to zombie land forever.
Refuse to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears you. I mean, look at
they would have Michael Jackson.
Or worse, yeah.
And if you're curious how a celebrity personal trainer could wield the kind of power that makes institutionalizing a threat, look no further than Harley's background. He previously worked for the Canadian government Department of National Defense, specifically at a military facility that researched various substances and psychological operations. Now, after Kanye exposed him, Diddy was reportedly bombarding Kanye with texts, trying to arrange a meeting while Harley was pushing Kanye to sit down and discuss things. Kanye refused to be intimidated, responding assertively to Diddy's advances. However, just when we thought the narrative couldn't get any darker, new reports have emerged alleging that Diddy may have been involved in something far more sinister concerning Aaron Carter during his early career as a pop star. Whispers in the industry suggest that there might be a troubling history between Diddy and Aaron. You see, Aaron's mom and dad were those classic stage parents who pushed him into the music biz way too early, leaving him in the care of managers and handlers. Rumor has it that Diddy had his sights set on Aaron, pulling him into a world filled with wild parties, and that's allegedly where Aaron's struggles with substance use began. Now, with the feds reportedly starting to connect the dots between all these mysterious deaths of people linked to Diddy, maybe we'll finally uncover the real story behind what happened to Aaron Carter. What makes this even more heartbreaking is the thought that Aaron could be just one of many young boys Diddy targeted and traumatized. It's a chilling thought, and while we're not trying to scare anyone, it's important to consider Aaron himself spoke about being forced into that lifestyle at a young age, admitting how deep he got into substances. So deep that his security would check his pulse at night just to make sure he was still alive. And speaking of troubling pasts, Justin Bieber just welcomed his first child with his wife Hailey, a son named Jack Blues Bieber. However, this happy news is overshadowed by reports that Justin is still grappling with mental health issues, allegedly stemming from unresolved trauma from his early days in the music industry. You might recall the whispers about Justin being victimized by Diddy and others in the industry. Now, with Diddy facing a new lawsuit from a man who claims he was SA'd at one of Diddy's parties back in the day, fans are understandably concerned about Justin and his past encounters with Diddy. Sources close to Justin say that his loved ones are deeply worried about him, as his behavior hasn't significantly changed despite the new arrival. It's heartbreaking to think that both Justin and Aaron might have endured similar childhood experiences that shaped their lives. Moreover, it's hard to grasp that Aaron passed away without knowing that the person who hurt him has been facing their own struggles as a consequence of their actions. One fan even commented, "God bless this soul. You are not being mistreated anymore, Aaron. And we loved you. We really did and still do love you. Of course these kids did do D's. They were being mistreated. 99% of substance addicts were mistreated, intimately or physically or mentally. So the next time you see one on the street, don't judge them. Judge the monster who did it to them." Another fan listed all the possible deaths that have been linked to Diddy, stating, "Everybody ain't crazy. Heavy D, Kim Porter, Andre Harrell, Chucky Thompson, Biggie, Tupac, Aaron Carter, 9 partygoers at City College, Al B. Sure, who nearly died, and Jamie Foxx, who also nearly died. The list goes on and on. This man is worse than R. Kelly by a long shot." But what are your thoughts about this? Comment down below. And while we wait for more updates, make sure to like, subscribe, and watch our other videos as well. See you there.